So welcome guys back to another video on the channel. Martin Odegaard hasn't been announced yet, but we do have two guests to join us today. First of all, Glenn, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. And thirdly, Tev, how are you doing today? I can't hear you. Oh, he's gone, but we'll get started.
Yeah.
What's your initial reaction? Because obviously we're not going to wait for the announcement. Let's just say he's signed. He's signed. It's done. So what's your initial reaction on it?
Well, it never works out that way at Arsenal. You'll hear stuff like he's failed his medical. Real Madrid have just called him back. At Arsenal, you never take anything for granted until like he's literally announced. At this point, I know Paul wants like non-players and stuff, but for me, I was like, there's a time I just reached like at the start of the season, I was like literally anyone who joins Arsenal, I'm okay as long as it's not one of these players we've had the likes of El Neni and Mustafi. Just needed any player to replace them. And now since Willian, I was really happy when Willian signed. I was like, this guy from Chelsea, double goals, double-digit assists to Chelsea last season. I was okay, but the way the season has turned out, and for Pepe too, and for Martinelli getting injured, I'm really happy to have anyone literally, like whether we'd sign a player from Brighton, a player from Sheffield Wednesday, a player from Real Madrid. I was okay with it. And I saw he's been a good player since he was 16 years old. I think 2015 or something.
15. So, he toured the Arsenal training ground when he was 15. So yeah, we had long connections with him.
Yeah, and he did well at Real Sociedad. So for me, I'm okay with it. I don't think you can depend on Smith Rowe throughout, so I was just okay to get someone to relieve him. Although I don't like these loan deals. You know, there's a time like, I know we haven't been fans for that long, like 20 years or something crazy like that, but like around 2007-8, that time where you used to get the likes of Nasri and those kind of players, Sanya. We never used to get loan deals that time under Wenger. We never used to get anyone on loan until around like 2012 when we lost 8-2 in 2011. That's when we started getting loan players and the likes of Benayoun. So I've never really been used to loan players. So this is like the 5th time we're getting a player on loan. Maybe Suarez, Ceballos, Karlstrom, Benayoun. So I'm happy with it. I'm just happy with it. Any player would have joined. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, none of them have been really successful, the loans, have they? You know, think about the most recent one I can think of, obviously Denis Ceballos, still on loan. It's been underwhelming. But again, another one from Real Madrid. But in this Martin Odegaard one, it's only a simple loan. Yes, I know we'll sit down with Real Madrid, talk about the future if it could be permanent, but there's no actual option to buy. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that's another thing I don't like, because imagine if he joins and he plays the Europa League and he plays the Premier League and becomes like a vital part of the team. 6 months is a long time. You can get used to a player. If you reach maybe a final or something like that, hopefully you can get used to the player, and then all of a sudden he's gone at the end of the season. I usually don't like loan deals. If it works out, you're gonna miss him. I don't know if you sell him. I don't know if he goes back to Real Madrid, can he like try and buy him again, like after a month or something?
Apparently, apparently we'll sit down with Real Madrid and talk about the futures of both Ceballos and Odegaard. So we'll just have to see. But last one again, similar one we did this like a year or two ago, which was Denis Suarez, and everyone's saying this could be the second Denis Suarez, things like that. Do you think it could turn out like that, or do you think it would be something that Man United had with Fernandes?
I don't think anyone can be as bad as that Suarez deal. That was bad. That was bad. So
very bad.
Obviously, there's a chance for everything. There's a chance for that. Sorry, there's a chance for that happening. I don't know why my camera disappeared, right?
Huh?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know why, but Suarez was just terrible, like injuries and stuff. I don't know about Odegaard's injury history, but I don't think it can be as bad as that. I was really happy as well in signed Suarez, but I think that was like,
Sorry to inform you, but his injury record is actually quite bad. He's been injured most of the season. He's only played around 300 minutes, and it's not been good, his injury record this year. It's been really flaky, and he's been injured most of the time. And apparently, this signing, he's not fully fit yet. On Real Madrid's website, he's listed as injured, and he's been training inside. So whether he can be in time for, I don't think tonight's game, but maybe the United game, hopefully. Do you think he can make an impact? How big, realistically, how big of an impact do you think he can make from now to the end of the season?
If that's the case, send him back to Real Madrid and bring back Mkhitaryan for us. If that's the case, you'd rather bring back Mkhitaryan. But for impact, I don't know. Maybe not in the United game, something like that. That would be too early. That would be such a big game for him to come back for. I don't think he'll play in the Premier League most times. I think he'll play in the Europa League. I don't think he's played in European competition this season, or has he? If he has, then he's. I don't know if it applies.
I don't think he's not played any Champions League game. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, so if he hasn't, I think he'll play more about in the Europa League for us. Then I hope he makes an impact in that competition, because I think in the Premier League, obviously, I've done that predicted lineup and stuff, and had Smith Rowe, Partey, and him in the lineup. But I don't think you can feel that would be too open to have two creative midfielders in the middle. But impact wise, Europa League maybe help us get further in that competition, relieve Saka and Smith Rowe, and just have an extra man in the middle. Hopefully, not that much of an impact. I'm not expecting him to come and be like a Gabriel in the past 3 months or something. No.
Yeah. Do you think he could? What does this mean for Smith Rowe? Does he stay? Would you put? Because if Odegaard plays well, what does this mean for Smith Rowe? Because they're saying, oh, he could sign a new contract. Do you think it could affect Smith Rowe's progress if Odegaard does well? Who would you go with? But I think in the midfield, you couldn't go with Partey, Smith Rowe, and Odegaard. I think that would be too attack-minded, so I don't think that would work very well.
I mean, against a team like a Newcastle at home that is coming to defend 11 players, and
but then you might need
those kind of teams. Yeah, or if you are in the FA Cup, it still hurts me that we aren't out of that cup. So if you are playing a team like Wolves at home and they have their second team on the pitch, maybe I don't think it will affect Smith Rowe. Maybe a few of his minutes, but I think it's only a good thing for him, because he was playing too much anyway.
You need competition.
I was getting wider. Let's not forget Smith Rowe was injured for quite a while too. I think at the start of the season he was injured for like a few months before he started playing for the under-23. So he's also kind of injury prone. Like 3-4 injuries I've seen him have in the last 2 years. So I think it's only a relief for him. Plus, he knows this guy is only here for a loan. So I think it's a good thing for him. If he was signed totally, then it would have been a different case.
So Tev is joining us. Is your voice audio working?
Pardon?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. What's your reaction for Odegaard?
I'm pretty much excited because I've watched him before he even joined Real Madrid. So this signing is pretty exciting, knowing that it's backup for Smith Rowe, because we know that he can't do it alone. And our players, 3 or 4 games, they're bound to get a knock or something. I mean, we're the only club where our players, after a few games, get a knock here, tight calf, So I think, and plus there's too much pressure on him creativity-wise. So to have backup, it's really an ease on his shoulders.
With Smith Rowe, do you think, that's the same one to Glenn, do you think it will affect him, his progress? Or do you think it's only a good thing because we're playing Thursday, Sunday?
It's going to be a good thing in terms of his growth, because what if Odegaard comes in and he makes a great impression? Smith Rowe will know that he needs to step up his game, or else Odegaard will take his spot. So this will do massive for him in terms of his growth. He will have to step up in terms of to keep his spot, especially if Odegaard comes in and does a madness.
Hopefully he does, because we're 7 points off top 4. So if we put together runs, then we could be right up there, don't you think?
And the thing is, through the season, teams have a certain amount of matches where they can slip up. We don't have that luxury. We pretty much, it's like we're playing Call of Duty and you throw away all your credits. We've thrown away all of ours. We don't have any spaces, time to mess about anymore. So we have to pick up points now consistently.
Yeah, before you go back to Glenn, Tev, other players in that position, including Pepe, disappointing. Nelson, disappointing. Willian, disappointing. I know you wanted to talk about Willian, so what are your thoughts on those players? How many more chances do you think they'll get in an Arsenal shirt? Even Willock as well.
Willian, I think he will get more chances because Arteta took forever to drop him. It's obvious that he's one of his favorites. He's still getting game time, putting him on in second halves in the league. So I'm like, why? So it's obvious he's one of Arteta's favorites. He's trying to put him back in the team. Trust me. And it's shocking because he's so abysmal. He should be on the bench, fam. Should be on the bench. But then again, other players like Nelson haven't really justified why they should even start or get game time over Willian. I used to defend Pepe, but he's not really doing that much more than Willian. He's doing a bit less worse, so I'll give him that. But Willian from Willian. And the thing is, it's always one player each year that always messes up, fam. And the thing is, instead of shipping out these players, we always add one more player to the list that always just messes about, fam, just irritate. One year was Mustafi, last year was Xhaka, no, this year is Willian.
Yeah, I saw in the game we played against Southampton in the FA Cup, Willian, he just kept losing the ball. He couldn't create anything. But go back to Glenn now. Another one, Balogun. We played Nketiah in the FA Cup game where Balogun scoring hat-tricks at the under 23s. What's going on?
I really feel bad for Nketiah. I remember there's a game that he came on in the Premier League, was it? I think it was a game we were losing. I think Burnley or something. We lost a lot of games. I don't even remember. We lost a lot of games in the space of 1 month. And I remember when he was coming on, I just decided to check different watch-alongs. So I went to like 8 different channels, and the reaction was like, Nketiah, why is he coming on? I was like, oh no, people have actually lost faith in him before he's even come on. People don't even want him to come on. So yes, I think he's been given too many chances. Too many years he's been here. Is it like since 2016 or something? Those are too many chances. Balogun is new. Although, as I told you guys the other day, I don't agree with what Balogun did on Twitter. But after doing that, I don't think he'll be brought into the team because I know the likes of this current Arsenal works out, like they'll send him out on loan like Guendouzi and say that's about discipline or whatever. But if he's given the chance, I'm really hoping he takes advantage of it, because also I feel like we are putting too much pressure on him, because now everyone is crying for Balogun. If he comes on and has 6-7 poor games, then he also drops in form. But but also remember, if we sell Balogun right now, I don't think any of you would miss him because we haven't seen much of him.
I've seen quite a good bit of him in the Europa League, some of the things he was doing. Because Nketiah, he's more like what you call a poacher, which is good positioning in the box. And anyone who can defend the wing play like Southampton did, you're going to nullify Nketiah. He can't hold up a ball. His area is rubbish. He can't run in behind. He can't do any of that. He can't finish properly either. So what are your thoughts on that, Tev? Do you think you'll try to get rid of Nketiah because he's valued around Arsenal value him at 30 million? Man's Barnsley level, 30 million. If he's 30 million, I'm 60 million.
I thought we should get rid of him in this January, but obviously Arsenal is so conservative that they wait forever to do something that they should have done months ago. So Eddie, at the start of the season, I wanted to see improvement, but he's still the same player that came in the first team a few years ago. He's still the same player. He only good at tappings. The reason why people are so excited about Balogun because he has literally everything in terms of potential. Good hold up play, his technical ability is good finishing in or outside the box. He can dribble. He reminds me a lot of my younger Lacazette. So that's what gets the fans excited. Eddie should definitely be sold. Fans defend players that haven't done anything for us, And if we want to get back in the Champions League and win the league someday again, then we can't be holding on to players like Nketiah, fam. Have to get rid of them. And
exactly.
Nketiah is an example of some players won't be good enough for where we want to go, but a lot more of the youngsters should get opportunity, because at the end of the day, if they're not good enough to push us forward, then at least the first team experience would rise their value, so we can make profit off of them when we sell them.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Moving back into the transfer window, because obviously that's where we're going to try and improve. But it says, this comment here, Odegaard will be the next Denis Suarez in classroom. He says it's obvious because Sabah stayed and he only played 3 good games. Am I getting echo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so with Odegaard, do you think we could have got a permanent deal in this window, like Buendia, or are you happy with the loan?
No, I wanted a permanent deal.
Who would you get on a permanent deal right now?
Buendia, I'd still get Buendia. I was watching him in the FA Cup the other day and he looked pretty good.
Yeah, again, would Buendia come in? How much would he cost? Around 40 million, they're saying. If he did pay any of that kind of money, everyone would be like, why didn't we get a war instead? Do you think
he's 2 million cheaper. Arsenal, that's 2 million matters. That's 5 million matters. So as long as it's 2 million, 1 million cheaper, fine.
Oh, come on, what is this banter? And Nketiah isn't even championship standard. We didn't call him back. We didn't call him back. Leeds terminated. That's actually interesting because I thought Arteta called him back.
I thought he did. That's all I want to say. I thought he did. I thought they called him back because he wasn't getting enough game time. Yeah, that was it. He wasn't getting enough game time, so they called him back.
Yeah. Where's the echo coming from? I think it's from Tev, isn't it? Can you just check it? Getting a bit of echo.
The comments are killing me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it's fine.
Maybe because of mute.
So okay.
Yeah, so the echo is still there even if I mute my mic.
Is it still there? Oh no, yeah, because I muted Tev, so it's working now. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's on this side.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Yeah,
these things happen. I always hear these things. I even saw it on air.
We've let go quite a few players on loan, especially like you got Socrates, Ozil, Mustafi looks like he's leaving, a few loans. Do you think we've done good in that sense, or do you think we could have done that in the summer because we've just terminated a few contracts?
Every time someone mentions all those names, I'm like, I just remember how bad we've been, man. All those names, man, they just give me bad memories. So
exactly.
I think you'd have done it earlier on in the season, yes, but even now it's okay as long as we get rid of them, because I can understand there's literally no team that wants these players. But I think Mustafi was wanted by a team in Germany or something, would have tried to get rid of him at that time. It still hurts me. At least we managed to get rid of the likes of Mkhitaryan at the start of the season and players like that. We did get rid of 3-4 players at the start of the season, painfully, the likes of Martinez. But yeah, as long as we get rid of them by the start of next season and none of them is still here, I'm okay with that. And just to add on Nketiah, when Martinelli comes on, you feel some confidence.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
Saka comes on, you're like, something can change here. When Smith Rowe comes on, you feel like something can change. When Nketiah comes on, you don't feel any of that.
That is a lot.
Would you loan Pepe? Because £72 million, would you loan a player like Pepe?
No, get rid of him. He's earning too much and he costs too much. You might as well ship him out while we can, because suppose he goes on loan, then he flops even worse. It will be hard to find a team who actually wants him for the price that we want to let him go for. And then again, it will be all over where teams are dominant in negotiations.
Exactly, because we take it down and down again. That comment there, Sanchez again. Sanchez and us were two of our best players at the time. We let them run down to last year. Ramsey we let down to last year. Aubameyang, Saka, Lacazette, the same thing will happen. We keep and Ramsey as well. We could have got 30-40 million, but you went for free. What's the inability here of not getting these players signed up so we can get profits for him and not end up terminating contracts and whatnot?
I think it's because Arsenal is conservative in business, because these players are here, but we don't build on them. Ozil and Sanchez were they were amazing. So when they saw that the ambition at this club was so low, the respect is actually low when players see this, so they take advantage of it. Is either give them a big contract because the other players at the club, most of them are average or below average, or we will leave or leave on a free. So it's a lack of respect for Arsenal due to them being conservative and not being aggressive in doing business. It's always conservative and cheap with Arsenal. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's a good point as well. The players are on high wages, but I know Glenn's thoughts on this because I was on his match reaction. But Tev, we got knocked out of the FA Cup. What was your reaction to that one?
The match was 7:15 in my country AM, and I saw the lineup and I was like, I saw the lineup and I knew we would not score unless we brought on Saka or Lacazette in the second half. I went to sleep, fam. I woke up when it was halftime and saw us under 1-0, and I was not hurt.
As soon as you saw that lineup, you shouldn't have woken up. You should just keep sleeping.
Yeah.
Don't even wake up.
And I went back to sleep, fam. I set my alarm to wake up, see the lineup book, and say, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I saw the lineup, I was like, Eddie up, Willian. I saw no goals. So when I saw we were 1-0 down, it was like I was not surprised either. So that is a lot when a fan can see a lineup from his team.
Exactly. I thought this as well.
When a fan sees a lineup of his team and not be confident in us scoring a goal, that's depressing. That's depressing, fam.
I hope you're joking, because I'm not sure what more values Ozil actually has other than ripping off this club for the last 8 years. 153 million he's cost us. So I'm hopefully you're joking there. But do you think?
Sorry, just to add, I would like to sit down in that Arsenal board.
Wait, Tev, your mic again. It's a bit of echoey. Yeah, Glenn, continue.
So I would like to sit down with that Arsenal board and ask them what they usually think over the last 5-6 years. Everyone, even the ones who've already left, because there's no way right now. United got like 25 million for Smalling, a player who never played for 2 years for them. Chelsea are about to get, I think, 30 million for Bakayoko. Bakayoko, who's played like 2 games for them.
Exactly.
They're about to get some money for Drinkwater. Has any one of you seen Drinkwater playing for the last 5 years? No. So how the hell does Ramsey leave on a free? Ozil on a free? Mkhitaryan on a free? All those players leave on a free. I think we sold Van Persie for like 20 million. How does that happen to Arsenal only? We are the only team that gets rid of those kind of players.
Just sack those negotiators, man.
Yeah, we'd have gotten like 400 million for those players. The likes of Sanchez, Ozil in total, you'd have earned like 400 million from all those players. But so I would like to sit down with those guys and ask them what actually goes around. Because I was even very disgusted when they cancelled Mkhitaryan's contract, because I expected at least 5 million. Like, why does every Arsenal player leave on a free? I don't understand that.
I think with Mkhitaryan, he was on around 200 grand a week, because obviously it was a swap deal between him and Sanchez. So he was on a lot of money. He didn't have to pay transfer fees, which is why he was on 200 grand a week. But Tev, I want to ask you, what do you focus on for the rest of the season? We're out of the FA Cup, which I think Glenn thinks as well, was our best chance for a trophy. We have Benfica in the Europa. I'll go through the fixtures in a bit, but what do you think is our best bet this season for anything, any success? You're muted.
The FA Cup for me, I think it was probably a blessing in disguise, knowing that we drop out of a competition we won so many times, because the league and the Europa League it has more importance right now, especially knowing that we don't have the squad depth and our players get injured every 3 or 4 games or so. So I think it's better to focus on the Europa League and the league. But it's a question: will we learn from our mistakes? Because as far as I'm seeing, Arteta and the players are making the same mistakes over and over, which is hindering us. Mistakes is one thing, but not learning from it, it's insanity, fam.
See, it's been going on for ages. Only 16 million for Henry. Wow. What can you do? But do you actually think Tev will win the Europa League? Because we've got Benfica, you still have Spurs, United, Sociedad, a lot of big clubs still in that competition. Do you think we just, because the league is so tight, we'll go look at the league table in a bit, but do you think we could actually win it, the Europa League? Because I thought at the start of the season we could, but I'm becoming skeptical now.
I think it depends on the fixtures, because the thing about Europa League is that the big teams, they don't really perform. It's some unknown teams from Greece or somewhere from they always do a madness in the Europa League. So it depends on the fixture. It really depends on our fixtures. From getting a big team like United, I think we can get through that, but it's a small team. Even last year, it's a small team who knocked us out, because Olympiacos, from these small teams in the Europa League, they always do a madness. So I think the
Top
fixtures.
Francis is joining them. You could come up against them next and he scores a winner in the 121st minute or something. Oh, no. Please.
I've been through a lot, but that will be it. That will be the final nail in the coffin. That
exactly.
will be it.
But
Socrates.
I want to ask you this, Glenn. Look at these fixtures. Southampton tonight, tricky one. United, Wolves, Villa, Leeds, Benfica, City, Benfica, Leicester. That's crazy.
I don't know where are we meeting for prayers before these games? I don't know. Just let me know where the Arsenal fans are meeting for prayers, because this United game is scaring me, because I don't want us to be the reason why they get even more motivated for the title. Because if they come then they beat us 4-1 or something, they just keep going and going. That would be terrible. Villa away from home, very, very tough. I mean, we saw what they did to us at home. They would have beaten us 7-0 at our place. Now, Benfica, the thing with Benfica, I think they drew yesterday with some mediocre team. I think it's Nacional in Portugal, and they lost to Rangers, I think, home and away. They didn't really play that well in their group. So I'm hoping the difference is not that good. So
the defense is decent.
They've got Vertonghen and Otamendi. Yeah, but those are players who like literally teams in England got rid of, especially Otamendi is terrible as a defender. So we can get a chance there. And luckily with the Europa League, it's not like the FA Cup. The FA Cup, it hurts me because I always see it like a golden goal. And you concede one goal, you're literally out because it's one game. But the Europa League, you have 2 opportunities to make things correct. And then City, Leeds, Leicester.
Just look at it down there. We have Benfica on the Thursday, City on the Sunday, Benfica on the Thursday, Leicester on the Sunday. I think this is where players like Pepe, players like Willian, players like Martin Odegaard, who will have to step up and give us performances.
All those games are in February.
Exactly.
I think I need to go for a month, for a Valentine's Day for a month, and then just come back in March or something. I want to avoid those games as much as possible. Listen, obviously, it's not impossible to beat Aston Villa. It's not impossible to beat Benfica. For us, it has turned out impossible to beat Leicester. We've not beaten Leicester in a while. United, I'm really hoping we can get something. We always beat them at home, so I'm hoping it could be the same. So I don't know, man. It's a very hard. But if you get like 4 wins from those Premier League games, those tough games, then we are in business. Hopefully, what we've seen with Arteta, I know most of you guys don't like him, but what you've seen with him, these big games, we don't get to trash like back in the days, like 6-0 and 7-0. We've performed well in all these big games. Like the 1 year he's been here, we've beaten United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, I think 3-4 times already. Apart from Tottenham, all the other teams we've beaten. So yeah.
Look, Socrates, he was on 92 crowns. Do you And obviously, like, what team is going to pay such a fee? But isn't that down to the Arsenal board to be giving those kind of fees to those players? And
again, I
as he
just don't
says, oh,
understand,
is
man. Why?
can you do a review on Arsenal's wage? But it's a joke. But a lot of it is going off the wage. We're getting like 700, 800 grand off this summer. So hopefully everyone's thinking we're going to do a summer overhaul, but we'll just have to see what happens, isn't it?
Why do we give these players all this money, man? I don't
Exactly.
understand this. If you go to a Chelsea, there's a time I saw at Chelsea, I think it was last year. I think they only had like, before they brought all these expensive players, they had like 4 players above 100k a week. And we had like 15. I was like, what is going on? Like, they're on top of us, and we have like triple their players on 100k a week and above. People like Kante. Socrates is almost getting the same money as N'Golo Kante. Surely, seriously, I mean, Arsenal is a joke in terms of transfers and giving people wages. Sometimes I feel like we just attract players because of wages. That's how it's looking like.
Yeah. Tev, I just want to ask you, league table, what are your thoughts there? What do you think?
League table,
do you think we could get any higher than what we are now?
It's determined by our consistency, which that's probably the weakest part of Arsenal for years in all aspects. So the consistency has to be there in terms of picking up points, because this season the table looks really inconsistent. Every team having a good patch, bad patch. So if we can step up to the plate, which I'm not confident in, we can definitely top 4 is possible from, but it depends on consistency and getting the job done.
If you look at this, last 5 games, we have a bit of consistency here. 4 wins out of the last 5. And I think we've not conceded away from home in a while as well. So we'll just have to see, isn't it?
Title winning form, eh?
I think the away games are the matches that we should get in all 3 points in every game, because when you play at home against Leeds, you know the usual. We're playing Arsenal, 10 man behind the ball. Second half, it's still 0-0. Catch them on the counter.
Last season we just relied on Aubameyang to do it, and it's so ironic because our home form was so good in the last few years. Now it's our away form suddenly that's really good. Don't even know what's going on, but we'll move on. And the other signing that came out of absolutely nowhere was Matty Ryan. What were your initial thoughts on that, Glenn, first of all?
He's coming to play the FA Cup, and then the next day he's gone.
We're out.
Send him back to Brighton. That was the first time ever that Arsenal has made a transfer like without anyone knowing. As I said, I went offline for a couple of hours. Like, I was online like around lunchtime, and I was like, there's nothing that is happening. So I just logged out and came in like after 4 hours. And you had signed Matthew Ryan. It's not just that, he was already training with the team within 4 hours. So maybe we should all log out of Twitter and Instagram and just let Arsenal do the business. Maybe if we log out for a month, we'll come back and find they've signed Mbappe. Let's just do that. All of us just leave Twitter for a month, and then we come back. Maybe they'd have signed Mbappe already. So it was a good signing. It's a good signing.
Even with this Odegaard, Arsenal taking so long. Yesterday he trained with the players. He's at London Colney. It's done, but we're just not announcing it. And then
the meal kits.
I expected it. Yeah. I expected it because I'll say, when would Arsenal do this? They would probably do it like an hour or so before the game to get the fans hyped. They always do this, fam. And the fact is, everyone knows, and they're hiding it. It's the same thing they did with the party. They took it away until the last second to announce it.
Gabriel, they took like 6 months to announce Gabriel, and it was a YouTube live. And even when the YouTube live started, we had to wait for them to get ready fast and to wait for the.
Why did they do it like that? It was, oh my god, seriously.
They milked it, even for Aubameyang. Oh goodness.
It was like the timer, the stopwatch thing, wasn't it? And then I don't know what they were doing, but it's like you see on Twitter as well right now. It's like fans are messaging his dad. They're tracking the plane. They're going on 2011 tweets and saying announce Odegaard. It's oh god, our fan base.
One day, one hell of a fan base. One day an Arsenal player will actually play for us before he even gets announced, because it took so much time to announce them. He'll actually play for us before they announce him.
Matty Ryan, thoughts?
He was, I don't think people really know about him. He was good at Valencia, really good. I watched him there with Mustafi. He was really good. Brighton bought him. I was like, huh? this shows that Premier League teams can attract players from, you know, what would be considered top clubs from other leagues. So when he come, I woke up, I saw the news, and I was shocked. I was like, huh? But then again, it was a signing that I really wanted Arsenal to make a backup keeper for Leno, and now I want to see a backup player for Tierney, because if you lose them two players on injury farm, we are on toast. So getting getting a backup for Leno was really important, and I'm glad Arteta got him on loan. If he flops, then he goes back. If he does well, then I think the loan signing was really good.
Do you think, I want to, yeah, Glenn, do you think we should sign someone else? Because a lot of left backs been linked, Mitchell, Bertrand, and also most recently Amavi from Marseille. Do you think we should sign another? It will just have to be a loan because that's what we're linked with. But a lot of left backs, their contracts expiring at the end of the season. Do you think we need a left back?
Oh yeah, we need a left back. Cedric is terrible. Then Niles is terrible. There, we are having to depend. How many positions can Saka play for us, man? You can't depend on him on the right side, on the left side, or the left back position, number 10 position. So, we definitely need a left back, but obviously, I don't think we'll get any this season. And since now we're in the FA Cup, maybe that will actually make them not get another one, because that's an extra competition out of the way. So I don't know how many games Tierney can play, but either way, he'll be needed for all those games. Benfica, United, Leicester, Tierney has to be there.
Thing is with Tierney is he's got a few fitness problems, so I cannot see him playing Thursday, Sunday, 90 minutes, maybe 180 minutes, 120. I cannot see him playing that much. But
can Pablo Mari play as a left back?
No. Cedric can, Niles can, Saka can, Xhaka can fill in, but again, I'd rather have an out-and-out left back as a backup. Tev, what do you think? Who should we sign as a backup left back?
Honestly, in the summer, I wanted Lewis from Norwich, but Newcastle already beat us to it. The Marvey, he's very injury prone. He's a bit similar to Kolasinac. Brian Bertrand, I would take him, but when I saw he would be 32 in a few months, I'm not sure. And Teloji Bola, that youth from the academy who came back from loan, he isn't really up to levels as yet. I'm not sure who we should sign. I'm really not sure, but we definitely need a left back, because Saka, we shouldn't put Saka back at left back because he's become imperative to our creativity and goal wise recently. So we really do need an out and out backup for Kieran Tierney.
Bring back Gibbs.
Bring back Gibbs. He's doing rubbish over there.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, 3 quick fire questions before we wrap this up. First of all, Glenn, who's winning the league this season?
Manchester City.
Tev?
Manchester City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I predicted that at the start of the season. Again, Glenn, 3 teams who are getting relegated. On the spot.
Sheffield United, West Brom, and I'm gonna go for. I don't think Fulham will go, so I think I'm gonna go for Fulham. I'm gonna go for the 3 of them.
Yeah, Tev.
I think it will be Sheffield, Fulham, and Burnley. I think Sam Allardyce will get bring West
Sam
Brom.
Allardyce is going to do a masterclass.
Yeah.
I think
Imagine
Burnley
getting relegated after ending Liverpool's unbeaten run, and you still get relegated. That would be terrible. Yeah, they're starting to pick up results.
You probably get sacked before then just to save his record and get the payoff. That's Sam Allardyce.
Boring team. The boring team to play, man. They just defend for 100 minutes and they just throw the ball in the air and they hit you guys and they get a corner and it's a goal and then they back to defend. So yeah, they actually deserve to go to the league, but I think they'll survive.
Last one. Will we win tonight? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Tev?
We're playing at the Emirates, right?
We're playing at St. Mary's again. Southampton's ground.
3 points.
3 points. Right. So gonna wrap the stream up now. Glenn, hopefully I'll be joining you again tonight. Hopefully we're happy We'll just have to see. But yeah,
William won't play. So
where can we follow you? Where can everyone follow you? 11 people watching. Hit the likes.
Glenn Kitely, everything Arsenal on YouTube, and yeah, Glenn Kitely also on Twitter.
Yeah, Tev as well. You do some good academy content as well. Where can they follow you?
It's Life Going Tev on YouTube. You know, academic content and scouting content. Most of these days, I enjoy making the highlight videos. Trust me.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Arteta out, Willian out, Edu out. Get them all out. Start again. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.